Hi, you're here with Mark Collins for Highly Capitalized at MJBizCon. I'm delighted to be with Dave Sandleman from Cannatrol. Cannatrol are a company that he's going to tell us all about now. So tell us first of all though, Dave, what's your journey been in cannabis? How did you get here to MJBizCon?
Oh, totally by accident. We started developing the cheese, for, the technology for the cheese industry. People were struggling with aging their cheese, drying their cheese, and so that was the evolution of it many years ago for the food industry. Cheese then led to charcuterie. Charcuterie then led to dry-aged steaks. And they all have in common getting a shelf-stable product, getting out the free available water, so you're left with bound water so microbes and mold can't grow on it. Last thing you want is rancid cheese, rancid charcuterie. So once we understood the physics and the science of what's going on with food, we realized, well, you can't smoke a fresh harvest flower of cannabis, it won't burn as suet, and if you try and store it, it's going to go moldy. And that's what has driven the industry to dry their flower. But using comfort cooling equipment, air conditioners, dehumidifiers, where here we had a technology specifically for drying food products, and we said, will this work for the cannabis flower? So we built a prototype and gave it to a grower, and after about 2 or 3 weeks, he said, this is some of the finest flour I've ever produced. I've been doing this for over 20 years. So that's when we realized the same science, the same technology that we're applying to the food industry can now be applied to drying and curing the cannabis flower, because you're after the same thing. A shelf-stable product that won't grow molds and microbes, but at the same time, retaining as much water as possible, because you're selling your product by weight.
That's amazing. So what is this specific technology that Cannatrol have called, or is it just the Cannatrol technology?
No, we call it Vaportrol technology.
Vaportrol technology.
Right, because what we're doing is we are controlling the vapor pressure in the space and allowing a product with a high vapor pressure, like wet, fresh harvest flower, to come to equilibrium in the space. So how we're different than conventional air conditioners, dehumidifiers, which constantly remove water. When you buy a dehumidifier, it's rated in pints per day. A pint weighs about 1 pound. So if you get a dehumidifier rated at 200 pints per day, that's capable of removing 200 pounds of weight per day from your flower. And for that reason, right now the industry has a dry room, and they have to pull it from the dry room to arrest the drying process, or they're going to dry it to dust. So it's a lot of guesswork in the industry. What we're doing is we're sort of like sous vide, where you can leave that steak, that fish, in the sous vide for hours. It's not going to overcook. Same thing. We're holding the finished vapor pressure so the flour comes to equilibrium, and then you can hold it for weeks or months, and it'll never overdry.
Breadstack e-commerce. It might be time to upgrade.
Wow, and that's a sealed product, or
No, this is open flower.
Wow, that's amazing, because I know we recently interviewed the team at Boveda, who are a two-way humidifier sachet that goes into cannabis that's sort of ubiquitous now. So do you think you're going to be giving them a run for their money?
Totally opposite. We work together, because Boveda does not do the original drying, where you're removing 60 to 80% of the product weight is water. Their packs couldn't hold all that weight and absorb all that water. But what we do together is, once we've brought that flour to a shelf-stable water activity of 0.6, then you can use long-term storage by using their technology.
Gotcha.
We're getting it nice and dry to the shelf stability.
Great. Well, you're complementary to the supply chain then in the industry for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, great. And so what are the future plans, Dave? I'm here with Dave from Cannatrol, here live recorded at MJBizCon. You're listening to Mark Collins with Dave from Cannatrol. So what's next for Cannatrol, Dave?
Well, we're starting to work, since we've now have the patented technology really honed in on maintaining the vapor pressure in these dry cure spaces. It's being applied now for storage.
Yeah.
So now we have big facilities are using it to arbitrage the price of flour. So they can buy low, they can store it for weeks or months until the market comes up, and not lose any value. If anything, they might pick up some value if they're bringing in over-dried flour to start with. So for storage, it's being applied now to pre-roll, where now you can have consistent flour going into your pre-roll machine, no matter what condition it's coming in from the vendors who are bringing it in. So those pre-roll machines just work consistently, smoothly, because they've got the flour dialed in.
Right.
And then we're looking out at, can we apply this vapor control technology potentially in the grow space and maintaining precise vapor pressure deficit.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. So when you think about the next 3 years, where do you see the company Cannatrol in 3 years' time?
Well, we're hoping the industry starts moving away from the legacy methods where they're spending dollars on labor, handling flour and damaging it from the dry space to the cure, eliminating the guesswork, preventing overdrying. I mean, so many facilities are concerned about mold that they have to overdry their flour. And by overdrying the flour, they could be losing 4, 5, 6% of their top line revenue because they remove the weight to make sure that their flour won't go moldy.
Yeah, particularly when cannabis is sold by weight.
That's right.
So, hey, I've been here with Dave from Cannatrol talking about Cannatrol and their latest innovations. So, Dave, where can people find out more about you and about Cannatrol? Give us your socials.
Yeah, we have so much information at our website, cannatrols.com.
Cannatrols.
Yes, CANNATROLS.com. We've got white papers, we got case stories, we got all the science.
All the education.
All the education. So people who are skeptical about this can learn real science and understand the science behind it. Our primary thing is educating people about science.
That's wonderful. So Dave, here I am with Dave from Cannatrol. He's putting the TLC back into THC and making the science the main appliance of Cannatrol. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Dave, have a great rest of your MJBizCon.
This was great.
You've been talking to Mark Collins only on the Highly Capitalized Network.
Thank you.